Quartermain.
Oh, yeah, I know the next question, Stella. What am I doing up so early? Well, you can save your breath. The answer is very simple. I never went to bed.
Oh, perhaps you'd like some coffee.
Yeah, and the real coffee this time. Not that decaffeinated stuff you try to pass off on me when you think I'm not looking.
Mr. Quartermain, you know I'd never do that.
Well, somebody around here does. Probably one of those doctors, Alan or Monica. What in the name of thunder? Robert Scorpio named police commissioner? Well, that man's an incompetent, dishonest, two-timing crook.
Oh, you can't mean that, Mr. Quartermain.
I certainly do. He and Luke Spencer have done nothing but cause this town trouble. All those schemes and scandals. If I sat and thought about it all day long, I'd be hard-pressed to think of one decent thing that man has done.
Oh, well, I know about the oil swindle, but he certainly was very helpful to Mrs. Quartermain when she...
When she what?
Oh, nothing. Nothing.
You said he helped Mrs. Quartermain. You heard Stella, too, didn't you?
What? No, I wasn't paying any attention. Alan Jr.'s ready for his breakfast.
I'll just go fix it.
Just a minute, Stella. Now, I want to know what you meant.
Well, now, if it can just wait, I've got something on the stove.
Sounds like she's got something on her mind, too.
Yeah. What? That's what I want to know.
Robert Scorpio is a former World Security Bureau agent and most recently part owner of the Star nightclub. Mayor Everett stated in yesterday's news conference that Mr. Scorpio will have complete reign over the city's organized crime task force, as well as all other important police investigations. Whoa, what do you know?
Sounds like a tough job.
To think I knew him when. It's amazing. Want some more coffee?
Yeah, just a little.
Okay.
Ma'am, could I please have a cup of that also to go, please, if you don't mind?
Yeah, bad night?
Yeah, you can say that again. 17 beers of that dump down the street.
A bucket of blood?
Yep, that's the place. Just about killed me, I think.
Well, I tell you what. Why don't you find yourself a table, sit yourself down, I'll fix you some bacon and eggs, a little toast. Before you know it, you're going to be good as new.
Thank you, ma'am. I don't think so. The way I'm feeling, nothing's going to make me feel any better. I'm just going to get this cup of coffee and get out of this lousy town for good.
Wait, let me give you a lift for that.
That's all right. That's all right. Here. That's the way it is. Let's keep what's left of that, huh?
Thanks. Take care. What's left? You're a dime short.
No, you've got the right number. This is the Star. No, I'm sorry. Luke isn't here. Yes, he's out of town. I can't really say when he'll be back. I see. Well, there's the other owner, Robert Scorpio. He's here.
Oh, I'm sorry, Holly. I didn't know. For me? Thanks, love. Hi, how are you? Yeah, what a coincidence. I was about to call you. Yes, of course. Oh, sure, I'll answer any questions I can.
I'll leave you in good hands then. And Robert, I'll see you later.
Chance, you've got to hold on.
I've got that in a sheet here somewhere. Hang on. Look, give it to me again. Yeah, you want the total cubic feet, stem to stern. Right, and hang on, I better take this down. Okay. Got that, right. Length in meters, yeah. And the tonnage, okay. Right. Type of wood, well, the condition of the boiler, well, I can tell you that right now, it's had it. Yeah, well, sure, it works, but... All right, you're the broker, you tell the guy whatever you want to tell him. Yeah, I understand. Listen, when's Barron going to be back in town? Uh-huh. Yeah, well, I guess that gives us some time. Luke? I don't know. He didn't say. Yeah. Yeah, I realize that. Now, look, I'll have him call you the minute he gets in. And I'll get these specifications and drop them by the office today. Yeah, a little later. No, it's no trouble. Yeah, bye. Well, you want to join me in another caffeine fit?
Coffee? No, not this morning, thanks.
Tea?
No, thanks.
How's about a spot of sympathy?
I'm afraid even that wouldn't help. I'm so worried about him. We don't even know where he is.
He's in the mountains.
But where in the mountains? Which mountain? Do you know how cold it is up there?
I'd say extremely cold, and this will be of no comfort to you whatsoever, but he can look after himself.
You're right. It's absolutely no comfort to me.
And nothing I'm going to say will be. Look, it's about time you got your priorities right and started putting your life in order.
Nice picture of you in here.
Think so?
Very distinguished.
Yes, it was taken a long time ago when I was much younger and a lot less debauched. Look, he'll be back. Don't worry about it, all right?
Well, it sure is crowded out there. A lot of traffic. Took me a while to get here.
Yeah, all this talk of malls has made the area jump.
Morning, Commissioner. How'd you like your article?
Wonderful. I'm now the patron saint of Port Charles.
All due to the power of journalism. Hi, Holly.
Good morning.
How about lunch today?
I don't think so, love. I better get some stats on the boat over to our yacht broker. I've got a meeting at police headquarters, and then I've got to fit the mayor in, all by 2 o'clock.
Okay, Hot Chop, how about some coffee?
That I can do. Sit yourself down.
I really should be back to work earning a living.
Oh, I wish I had a place to go to earn a living.
You should enjoy your freedom while you have it. You know, for all it's worth, having a day-to-day drudgery of a job isn't quite as relaxing.
Great for the waistline, too. Not having any money makes it difficult to overeat.
Wait a minute. What about a job at the paper?
My paper?
Why not?
Well, there are certain qualifications.
Which I don't come close to having, especially to write articles.
Look, wait a minute. I'm not talking about reporting. I'm talking about proofreading, maybe circulation.
Well, I do know a bit about advertising.
There you go.
I really doubt there are any openings.
You could check.
Robert, I really don't think
It's
so.
all right, Jackie. Thanks, anyway.
You know, I better get, going.
Well, what about the coffee?
I'll have to get some there. You know how Ian is. I'm already late, and he really is a bug about punctuality.
He is? And do I know that?
You do now. Bye.
Sirens?
What is that? No, see you later.
You're okay now. We're going to get you to the hospital.
My bike.
Now, don't worry about that now.
All I want to do is just get out of this town.
Now, you just rest. Don't try and talk now. I found his wallet. I found it next to him.
Good, we need the ID. Hey, out of the way, everybody. Hey, what are you trying to do, kill me?
Was that the motorcycle driver?
Yeah, he came in, he ordered a cup of coffee, and he went out, got on his bike.
I saw what was left out
It's
there.
a miracle he wasn't killed.
Well, I better call it in. Do you know who he was?
I don't know. I've never seen him before.
Once again, you're seeing things that aren't there.
Look, I'm not talking about what I saw, but what I heard. Now, Stella distinctly said that Scorpio was helping Lila.
Well, so what? He could be doing any number of things. He could help sell raffle tickets to whatever charities or whatever bazaars, anything.
Well, if it's that rudimentary, why wouldn't Stella just say so?
Well, probably because you scared her to death. I mean, she looked like she hadn't a clue as to what you were talking about.
Or she's covering up for Lila. Believe me, I've heard those two hens cluck behind my back. Suddenly gets very silent when I come into the room. Oh, no. They're hatching something, and Scorpio's in on it.
And you're paranoid.
They say sleeplessness does that to a man. It must have been you who was pacing around all night, was it?
Well, I have a great deal on my mind, Alan.
Ah, I'm not going to ask unless it has something to do with me.
It affects all of us.
Must be money.
Blood and money.
What?
Some punk came here yesterday. You know, one of those backwoodsy types with that slow type of manners, talking, makes you immediately suspicious.
What did he want?
Well, he says he's my illegitimate son.
You mean Eric?
Yeah, that's what he claims.
Could it be true? Could he really?
Of course not. The man is an imposter, and I'm going to prove it.
What did he want?
Money, what else? The man's a fortune hunter.
How do you know that, Edward? Did you ask him?
Oh, I didn't have to. I could see it in his eyes. He's one of those low scoundrel types who, well, stop at nothing to bilk wealthy families out of their hard-earned money.
Fine, then why don't we give him some of our not-so-hard-earned money and send him on his way?
Well, it's not that easy, Monica.
You think he'll try blackmail?
With that kind of a character, you have to be prepared for anything.
Look, Edward, I know that you are prone to overreacting, but I think you've lost it this time. If the man is an imposter, then there isn't anything he could possibly do. Blackmail, anything else.
You can always try, Monica.
Yes, he can always try, but without any proof, he goes nowhere.
Monica has a point.
And Monica also has to get to the hospital. For heaven's sakes, come on, Edward. Listen, when the man realizes just what an insane family he gets himself into, he will leave town immediately. You coming?
No, I'm gonna have to take my own car. I've got to stop off at Mercy.
Okay, I'll see you both later.
Bye. She does have a point.
Yeah. It's too bad it doesn't solve my problem.
Oh, I see.
What?
You're not sure
Will you make sense, Alan? I'm not sure of what.
whether he's your son or not. You're afraid he really is Eric, aren't you?
Yes?
Me again.
Come in.
Actually, I'm here on the pretense of measuring your stateroom, but I really wanted to apologize for Jackie.
She did something to me?
Well, specifically her comments regarding your qualifications to work at the paper.
She's right, though. I don't know the first thing about newspaper work. In fact, I don't know the first thing about anything.
Come on. Wouldn't say that.
What can I do? My whole life, I've been insulated from the concept of having to earn or make a living. Whatever I needed was given to me.
That's not a bad way to grow up.
Sure, if you never have to face reality. All my life, I've had something to hide behind. Lately, it's been Luke. I fooled myself into believing that love was all we needed to get by.
Now you know there's more. Now you know it's time to set a new course for your life. Look, you're not alone. We'll help you any way we can.
Thanks, Robert. But I'd like to start by trying to do it on my own.
All right, what about the classifieds?
That's where I'm going now, over to Kelly's for some breakfast and some job hunting.
Just remember, courage is the thing. Nobody is going to give you anything in this world if you don't demonstrate that you can handle it.
Thought I might find you two down here.
I'll leave you to alone.
Good luck and chin up.
So, what was the latest topic of discussion?
Oh, just a few pointers on job hunting.
Do you think it would be a good idea if you started thinking a little bit more about your job?
What do you mean?
I mean, 5 minutes ago, you said you had a million things to do. I really believe that Holly is capable of doing a few things alone.
That doesn't mean to say I can't offer some help.
Fine, help. But don't you think you've gone a little beyond the call of duty?
Look, she's just lost her father not more than a week ago. Now she thinks she's lost Luke. Work is an unknown word to her. She needs someone.
Yes, but why you?
Because I'm partly responsible for her being here. Because she's a stranger in a strange land, and I, of all people, ought to know what that feels like. And because I like her.
Oh, great. How much do you like her?
That is a question in poor taste.
Well, excuse me, I would hate to offend your finer sensibilities.
Look, what's the matter with you?
Don't you know?
No, and I haven't got the time to play 20 questions to find out. Now, if there's something bothering you, spit it out.
I thought I had.
And I thought I'd given you a straight answer. I've got things to do. I'll talk to you later.
If I'm not there, just leave a message.
Oh, there you are. I've been expecting you.
Yeah, Dr. Nelson said
Yes,
something.
got it right here. The Morgan chart. He said you'd stop by this morning to pick it up.
What would I do without you, Georgia?
Oh, just stumble around in the dark the way most nurseless doctors do. Did you go to the art exhibit last night?
Yes, I did. And I dragged Alan along, kicking and screaming. But he had a good time. I certainly did.
Oh, well, I think that both Audrey and Dan were very pleased. They're even talking about making it an annual tradition.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, is it your chest?
Yeah.
All right, get him to 2, please. I want an X-ray sandbag and a routine medical lab.
You think it's his heart?
I don't know. It could be.
Oh.
Look, Georgia, would you find out what you can from the attendants
Right.
of police? Any identification? If you can get a blood sample, that would, if that's available.
Right.
All right?
Here, take this. What? You'll need it.
Oh, hey, thank you.
Well, yes, Mrs. Quartermain, I really think this situation calls for that. What? Oh, no, Mrs. Quartermain. I think it would be better if you told Mr. Quartermain yourself. Oh, I see. Well, all right, but, what? Yes, ma'am. Goodbye.
If you're so sure he's an imposter, then why are you worried?
Because I do not like being cornered.
Then be mad, don't be worried.
I am mad, Alan.
You're not mad, you're scared, Dad, I can tell. It's what I said before, isn't it? You're afraid he really might be Eric. There's a chance that he might be, isn't there?
No, of course not. He doesn't even have the right name.
What, that it's not Eric?
No, he calls himself Jimmy Lee Holt.
Excuse me, Mr.
Not
Quartermain.
now, Stella. But don't go away. I still want to talk to you about Scorpio.
Well, that's what I'm here for.
Oh, you finally came to your senses. Well, good for you. Let's see, where was I? Oh, yes, this Holt character. Now, not only is the name wrong, but the accent's all wrong.
What is it, foreign?
Worse, Midwestern.
Well, what about his looks?
Pure yokel. If that young man has 1 ounce of Quartermain blood in him, he sure didn't get it from me.
I've got to tell you something, that didn't necessarily doesn't mean anything.
Look, Alan, I have seen pictures of the real Eric. From the time he was a little baby right up through military school. That country boy doesn't look anything like him.
All right, where are the pictures?
I know where one is.
You?
Yes, Mrs. Quartermain just called me, and she told me to tell you everything.
You see, I told you they were cooking up something behind my back.
Oh, no, it's not as devious as that, Mr. Quartermain. Mrs. Quartermain had to have that picture to match it with one Mr. Scorpio had.
Oh, that's what you meant when you said he was helping you.
Well, Mrs. Quartermain is paying him to find Eric.
What the hell is she doing that for?
Well, it's a good question, but it's hardly the most important issue right now. Right now, I want to see that picture. Stella?
Yes, it's in the cellar, right this way, sir.
No, I was just thinking, I know somebody that, at a catering firm, and they could probably use some help.
Sounds pretty part-time.
Oh, yeah, in the beginning, maybe.
Well, I'll give them a call. Now, you see, here's one for a bank teller. I do know a little about finances. Just not the legitimate type.
I'd stick to smaller businesses right now, you know, the kind that are looking for bright, young, eager employees. Well, I bet there are at least 100 people out there that hire you like that.
As long as they haven't heard about the scam.
People aren't going to hold that against you.
Maybe not, but I doubt they would trust me with their money or their businesses.
Someone will. You just have to find the right one.
It's not going to be easy.
Look, you know, you could wait until Luke comes back. And if you need money right away, I'm sure that Robert could loan you some, or I could.
I know, and I really appreciate it. But I think this is good for me. I still want my life with Luke, but I think I have to have one
Of my own, too.
Yeah, I know how it is. You know, Holly, I have a confession to make. There was a time when I really resented you.
Hey, come on.
No, I did, and I don't think I ever really apologized.
You did more than that. You defended me.
I realized Luke was absolutely right about you. You're a very special lady. I mean that.
Thanks, Rose. I really need that kind of support right now. Coming from you, it means a lot.
Good. Okay, now enough of this talk. Let's see if we can't find some opportunities for you in these one ads.
Won't find much in there. A couple dollars, Indiana driver's license.
No next of kin? No job address?
Look for yourself. Kid obviously traveled light.
Jimmy Lee Holt.
That's about all we know.
Well, maybe he can tell us some more about himself. I'll inform the doctor. Thank you, officer.
You are going to go to sleep now.
I'm dizzy.
Well, that's the medication, and it's also going to lessen the pain.
Am I gonna live?
Of course you are. Yes, you have a few abrasions, some nasty bruises, and 2 broken ribs. The severe swelling in your leg is, well, I'm going to just keep a watch on it, make sure it doesn't clot.
My chest.
Well, the pain is probably from the broken ribs, but I'm going to keep you on a monitor just the same. All in all, I'd say you're a pretty lucky man.
I got the worst luck. Oh, that ain't funny.
His name's Jimmy Lee Holt. He's from Indiana.
Insurance?
No card in his wallet. Also, no indication of friends, relatives, or next of kin.
Well, luckily we don't need the latter. As far as the insurance goes, I guess you should be ready to just put him on the clinic case.
I'll set up the paperwork.
Seems like a nice enough young man.
Cute, too.
Wonder what he meant by worse luck of anyone.
Well, I guess he meant the accident.
Orderly, you want to help me turn him over? We gotta get these ribs taped.
I know it's in here somewhere.
Tell me, how did you find out about Beatrice's letters?
Oh, Mrs. Quartermain found them in your desk, and then she found the photograph. Then when Mr. Scorpio came back from Europe, he had a picture that matched the one in this trunk.
What, the military school class picture?
Mm-hmm.
Well, what did Scorpio say to Eric when he found him?
I don't believe he said anything. Mrs. Quartermain wanted him found, not she didn't want to see him.
That's interesting.
Yeah, well, it's not nearly as interesting as the fact that Scorpio found him in Europe. The Jimmy Lee Holt character looks like he never set foot off the farm. And I know that Beatrice put Eric through the best schools with my money.
Yes, she did. And here's a picture to prove it. That's the class picture.
Yes, there he is with a ring around him. Now, that is a Quartermain face if ever I saw it. You see, Alan? He doesn't look at all like that bumpkin that showed up here yesterday.
Well, fine. Now you've got evidence that the man's an imposter. What are you going to do about it?
Well, what do you think I should do?
What do you mean what you do? You show him the evidence. I'm sure that the first sign of trouble, this guy's going to head straight back to the hills or the plains or whatever they have in Indiana.
Yeah, well, there's only one problem.
What?
He has evidence of his own.
What kind?
A birth certificate.
Must be forged.
Well, of course it's forged. But before I confront him again, I want to know what it is I'm up against. Stella, you call Scorpio and tell him I need to see him immediately.
Yes, sir.
What do you need Scorpio for? Find the real Eric?
Hell no. To get Jimmy Lee Holt to admit that he is an imposter.
General Hospital will continue in a moment.